So if you want to, feed the ball into that back right pin here, it can be a little bit tricky with a short iron. I've got 130 yards to the pin, and I really want to go after that pin, but if I take a pitching wedge, it's going to be very difficult to fade it because I'm going to hit it very hard. The ball's going to climb more than it's going to curve. So the way I solve it is I'm going to take a 9-iron and hit an easier shot, so take a little bit off of it. The less loft it has, the easier it is to make the ball curve. So here we go, 9-iron, 130. As usual, I'm going to circle around a little bit to get my path to the left. I'm going to choke up just a little and then let it go. Get it to a foot. So here I am, second shot on a par 5. It's a very long par 5, slightly into the wind, dogleg slightly to the left, all of which lends itself to hitting a driver off the deck. As my friend Mark Brody says, you need to get it down there as far as you possibly can in order to score the best you can. So the key with the driver is understanding that it's probably going to fade for almost everybody, for me certainly, and I actually start to allow for that a little bit. We have to understand it's going to launch low, so probably the biggest mistake people make here is trying to lean back to hit it up in the air. So here we go. So I'm just going to aim over the left center of the bunker. I'm going to open my stance to encourage a little bit more of a downward attack angle than I would normally have with my driver. And then just got to trust the swing. It's pretty good. So thanks Mark Brody. I've got a good chance for a birdie from there. So I'm going to hit a shot that Mike Adams calls the 2-2-4. It means you're going to, first 2 is open your stance 2 inches, the second 2 is grip down 2 inches, the last one is put the ball back 4 inches. So what does that mean? So the further I put the ball back, effectively the more my path is going to the right. So the 2-2-4 is a lower drawing shot. The reason I use it here is 170, which is a very comfortable 7-iron, but a tiny bit into the wind, and I see the ball wanting to come in a little bit flatter, so I'm going to go for it. So here we go. So ball back 4 inches, left foot back 2 inches, grip down 2 inches. Now the key to this, because the ball's back here, shoulders are going to be a little bit more closed. Be careful you don't go to the feet. So we're going to make sure the shoulders are closed, face is at the target, and we're really just using the attack angle here to create the draw. So here we go. It's pretty much how Mike drew it up. It's kind of fun to come on the course when you're just practicing and play draw against fade. So here we go. So I'm just going to circle around. Face is just a tiny bit left of the target. Pretty good. And then do the same thing with the draw. Just going to come in. Circle around to the right now. Two pretty good 7-irons there. So here I am, I've got 150 to a front pin, and it's a tiny little bit of breeze against. I probably could get them with 9-iron, but I think I'm stretching it, and if I come up short, I'm in the water. So I'm going to go in between clubs. Now, how do I do that? I could take just take an easy 8-iron, come in a little bit flatter, have a little less spin, loft this spin. So, which is not that good when you've got a front pin. So I'm going to teach you a shot that Ben Doyle, the great golf machine guy from Monterey, taught me. Lovely guy, Ben. So what he taught me was to put the ball in the toe of the club like this, otherwise set up as normal, and just go ahead and hit it in the sweet spot. So here we go. So pretty good length, thanks Ben. So here we are, I'm going to hit a draw into this flag. So how do I do that? So I always use like a semicircle. I learned this from Dave Regan, my old boss. And he used to put a tube down, which is a circle. So we used to circle around to the right for draw, circle around for the left for fade. Has a number of benefits. When I circle around to the left for the draw, so I take my original aim, just come a little bit to the left of the circle, puts the ball back, which makes you hit it in the back of the circle, but also by aiming to the right, we encourage the path to go to the right. So here we go. So I'm going to aim just a fraction right at the pin with the face, circle around, which gets the path out to the right. And my job is really just to swing a good golf swing along my feet. It's pretty good. So this is a shot I call the 5 o'clock houses on the left shot. The house on the left, obviously I don't want to hook the ball. It's also 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so there might be some people sitting out having drinks. So what I'm going to do is just grip down 2 inches on my driver, and that usually guarantees the ball's going to turn to the right. So that's pretty good. A low fading fairway finder. I'll get invited to drinks as opposed to sued for ruining the drinks.